saddled up and ready to go. Middle of the week, Wednesday morning here in the Spice Isle. Good morning to you, my dear friends, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Good Day Grenada. I'm George Grant. And yeah, man, she's going to be in here in just a wee bit. The lady's going to be sitting in that chair right next to us here, and going to be a good program this morning. So, without much ado, oh, by the way, did you see what I saw this morning? Rain. I'm not sure if it is raining right now, but within the last hour or so, we actually had what's commonly referred to when I was a child. You had these light showers that came by for a minute, 2 minutes, and then gone. Well, we had one of those. And only yesterday I was talking about the dry season, looking down at the lawn there at Port Louis. Yeah, man. Yeah. We had one of those this morning. A passing cloud. Don't know if it's still around. When Sherron comes in here in a few minutes, we're going to find out from her. Anyhow, let's get to the rundown. CARICOM's chairman is peeved with the Secretary General of the OAS, the Organization of American States. Yeah? Peeved. You're going to find out. Hold your horses. You're going to find out. And then we're calling on you for some help. You know our friend Dr. Patrick Antoine, right? Well, last night I received a note here that on WhatsApp that Dr. Antoine's dad, who lives in Lansapine, has gone missing since yesterday. Okay, yesterday morning. We'll give you the details on that and see if there's any way that you can assist. And then, of course, your favorite, the national, the national report. Straight face, George. The national report. That comes your way. And finally, well, it's Wednesday morning. I don't have to tell you. Sherron's going to be in the house. And she decided, hey, let's forget about the computer and all that stuff. Let's go sit and chat with George. I wonder, I wonder if she's bringing lobster with her this morning. I don't know. Maybe smoked herring, oil down. I don't know. Okay. By the way, have you folks noticed that so far this year we're hearing a lot, and I mean a lot of sirens all over the place? And I know I'm not the only person noticing this because up to yesterday afternoon, I had somebody sitting down here, and the person mentioned to me that he too had been hearing a lot of these sirens. Well, hang on a sec here. Hang on a sec. Did I freeze? Did I freeze? Did I freeze? Let me see here. It looks like I froze there for a minute. I'm unfrozen. Yeah, anyhow, a lot of sirens, and I don't know if you can hear it, but in the background right now, I'm hearing another one going by. I mean, sometimes you would hear a siren 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes now you're hearing them like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. This has just been going on, and we have not been able to figure out why. Anyhow, pilgrims, 5 minutes after the hour. Let's get down to brass tacks. I have a statement here which I received yesterday from the chairman of CARICOM, and he is not too happy about a tweet which was published recently by the Secretary General of the OAS. I'm going to quote here for you verbatim. All right? Okay. Just let me put this back where it's supposed to be. Okay. The Caribbean community, CARICOM, remains deeply concerned by the actions and statements of the Secretary General of the Organization of American States, which are outside the bounds of his remit as the head of an international organization. His tweet of February 7th, associating himself with a suggestion that Dominica will not conduct free and fair upcoming elections, is the latest manifestation of his inappropriate behavior. Furthermore, it is disturbing that without first consulting with the government of Dominica, which is a member state of the organization, he, as Secretary General, should be associating himself with such an inference. The community once again calls on the Secretary General to refrain from actions and statements which are beyond the competence of the office and affect the impartiality of the organization which he has the privilege to lead. Now, you couldn't get more to the point than that, could you? Huh? That's a statement from the chairman of CARICOM, Dr. Timothy Harris, I think his name is. Huh? Yeah. Okay, now let's get to Patrick's dad. Yeah. Let's all hope for the best. And if you happen to see this gentleman anywhere, please contact the authorities. By the way, on the GRENADABROADCAST.com website, there is a photograph along with this story that I'm going to read to you right now. So please make sure you familiarize yourself with that, just in case as you're scooting around the place today, you see this gentleman. Mr. Alphonsus Antoine of Lansipine has been reported missing since between 10:30 and 11 o'clock on Tuesday. That's yesterday morning, okay? Mr. Antoine is the father of Dr. Patrick Antoine, Mr. Paul Antoine, Yakoke Antoine, and Ron Antoine. He is likely to be disoriented. Anyone who sees this gentleman or knows about his whereabouts is asked to please contact the nearest police station or any of his sons. Now, I should have asked you at the top to have a pen and paper handy because I'm going to give you some phone numbers. Maybe you can just type it up on your desktop or your PC or your smartphone or whatever. Or if you can grab a piece of paper, a pen, here we go. Dr. Patrick Antoine's phone number is 425-2641. 425-2641. Paul Antoine is 419-1356. Okay? 419-1356. Ron Antoine is 419-0400. And finally, there's another person you may call, and that is Daisy Hazard, Hazzard, and her number is 415-2642. Last night, I also tried reaching Patrick. I was unable to. And this morning, with a mad rush getting things started here, I have not yet called him, but once I get off the air, I'm going to try at least to reach him. Okay? Please. Any help that you can offer would certainly be appreciated. Now, let's forget about the teleprompter here for a minute. and turn around to see what's going on the iPad. I see here that T.F. Richard is saying, "Good morning, family. Happy Hump Day." You're not going to catch me this time, Mr. T.F. I know that Hump Day means Wednesday. Yeah? You guys set me straight a couple of weeks ago. Well, thank you very much. And he says that snow is expected in Brooklyn today. Yeah, we expect sunshine. Margaret Francis. Margaret is saying, "Morning, neighbors." Here's how she spells morning. Mawnin. Morning, neighbors. You should be in the Calypso business, kid. Peter Bishop is saying good morning from Long Island. And Lincoln Roberts. Hello there, Linky. Lincoln, the lady told me she'd be here at 9 o'clock. It's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. I don't see she. I haven't seen her. But I imagine she's on her way because I have not heard from her. Lincoln says, "Love is the best way to start and end the day. A new day, a new sunrise. Have a blessed day. Much love to all. Always so inspiring." Thank you very much, Lincoln. T.F. Richards says, "Welcome to the siren world, just like Brooklyn." You know something, T.F.? Yesterday, my accountant was sitting here with me, and that's exactly what he said. This place is starting to sound like Brooklyn. I swear to you, that's exactly what he said. So right on. Hello, Fitzroy, saying good morning to all his fellow comrades attending the class this morning. And Veronica is there saying good morning, everybody, and as always, sending us her blessings. Folks, nice to see you all. Let me take a little break here, and we'll come on back with your favorite, the National Report.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company, tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Tomorrow's future is here today. Friday, April 5th. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. National Secondary School Games. Run, throw, jump. National Secondary School Games 2019. Your games, your future.
I'm always on the move. Training, traveling, competing. So it's good to know I have Quad Bank in the palm of my hand.
Introducing e-banking, one of many customer convenience services from Grenada Cooperative Bank. And there's more to come.
It's swift, simple, and secure.
Welcome home.
Hey, remember I told you Lincoln, she's here. She made it. Take a look. Take a look. There she is. All smiles, all smiles. She's a little bit late. I hope she has a note signed by Mom. Yeah? All right. Okie doke, folks. I'll tell you what. Let's get right into the National Report.
Government urges locals to support the Windies team, which will face England in 2 one-day matches here next week. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, February 19th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. The Grenada government is urging locals to support the Windies team, which will face England for 2 one-day internationals here next week. It is offering tickets to locals at half the price. During the weekly post-cabinet briefing, Acting Sports Minister Senator the Honourable Winston Garraway said the support is even more crucial, given that this could possibly be the last year that Chris Gayle is playing. Cabinet has decided to grant public officers with tickets time off to attend the games.
Award every public officer who holds a ticket time off to go see the games. So you have Monday the 25th and Wednesday the 27th. But you must present your ticket to your permanent secretary, who will ascertain that yes, you have a valid ticket, and to give you the time off. We also want you to be a part of creating that experience for a young child. As you know, every adult who purchases a ticket can receive, or should receive, a ticket for a child under 12.
Cricket West Indies has also increased the number of complimentary tickets for students to 575 per day.
We made an application to CWI asking for consideration, and they have agreed, and they've increased the number allotted to our schools by 275 per day more. So we're looking now at, for each day, the free tickets for our school children, it's 575.
Senator Garraway says Grenada is ready to be the host to thousands of foreigners. He spoke of what has been done and minor arrangements that will be made in time for the international games.
On Friday, I was there when the cricket operations officer from CWI was on the ground doing the inspection, and she was very pleased as to the state of progress we have made from our last visit in December. Yes, so we're extremely happy. There are a few, I would say, little things that are going to enhance the aesthetics within the buildings, as you're talking about the players' dressing room and the bathroom and the likes, and so those minor things that just has to be taken care of, and I believe by Saturday everything would be ready for when the arena will be handed over to the GCA, who would then hand it over to CWI. The scoreboard, we're almost ready with this. The replay screen, it should be handed over on Sunday. So we are very much elated as to where we are at this point in time, and we do believe we are ready to welcome the world.
Setting up a unit to combat trafficking in human beings is one of the recommendations that will be examined during a 2-day workshop on combating human trafficking at the SSU camp in Point Saline. The workshop is born out of a request by Grenada through the Royal Grenada Police Force for technical assistance to the ACP EU Migration Action for training and capacity building to combat trafficking in human beings. Another recommendation includes setting up a national response on human trafficking, a referral mechanism for victim support. Mrs. Salian Bagwan Logi, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, says it is imperative that government takes measures to ensure Grenada does not become a jurisdiction that facilitates or condones human trafficking.
This training workshop is quite timely, given the situation that now exists in Venezuela, its impact on the population of that country, and the increased potential for persons to flee to neighboring countries for a better life. After all, Venezuela is just over 500 miles from Grenada. This close proximity increases the likelihood of spillover effects from the ongoing crisis there, and human trafficking may be one of the problems that Caribbean countries will face. Apart from this very real threat of the crisis in Venezuela, including Grenada, it is an inescapable fact that we have very porous borders in the Caribbean. We therefore have to be vigilant as human trafficking is real and our country will not be permanently immune from its impact.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Franklin Redhead says the training is important in the context of transnational crime and the implications for Grenada and other Caribbean countries.
Certainly the issue of human trafficking and human smuggling is a very salient one. We have issues in the region where we know there's a potential for that risk to occur within the Caribbean region to a greater degree. And so it is important that we understand those realities. We understand how we can collaborate as states, as non-state actors, as entities, to ensure that we do what is right and important in the context of ensuring that we meet those challenges, but also not only meeting those challenges, but remain ahead of the game in terms of our plans and systems to confront those realities.
Migration expert Siobhan Scanlon commended Grenada for requesting the technical assistance, especially since the country is not subjected to intense scrutiny under the U.S. Trafficking in Persons report.
It is very creditable that it is nevertheless now wanting to maybe look at more seriously what is taking place in the country, understanding for itself whether what is happening potentially in certain cases is amounting to cases of modern slavery. And if there are such cases here, then creating structures, having people on the ground to stop this damage and to essentially go about assisting victims, rehabilitating victims, taking measures to prevent whatever is taking place, and equally, of course, for most of you around the table, also implementing the law and investigating and prosecuting the perpetrators.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
A taste of spice, welcoming our cricketers and fans to Pure Grenada, the Isle of Spice, showcasing our culture and heritage on Tuesday, 26 February on the Carnage in St. George's. England versus the West Indies. Cricket Rest Day. Come enjoy a taste of spice. Performances from top soca and calypso artists, pan, drummers, dancers, a mini carnival parade, arts and craft, and local food. From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The Carnage is the place to be. It's cricket, lovely cricket. Rest Day, Tuesday, 26th February. Sample a taste of spice. Hosted by the Grenada Cultural Foundation. No unauthorized vending allowed.
Continuing the news, the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, has received assistance from the Japan Grant Aid for Economic and Social Development Program to reduce climate change risks. Negotiations between both parties began in 2016 for equipment that can help stakeholders of NADMA reduce the risks associated with disasters. This is in keeping with Grenada's thrust to build resilience against the adverse effects of climate change. Minister with responsibility for disaster management, Senator Winston Garwe, says stakeholders have received a pressure washer, oil skimmer, asphalt paver, vehicles, and a field hospital.
We are expecting if you want to say a bus, will be delivered later this year for that purpose. As it is right now, the Grenada Red Cross would have received a cargo truck for work within the Red Cross community. The Grenada Ports Authority would have received one as well. We also have the Ministry of Communication and Works or Infrastructure Development receiving a mini asphalt paver, and I think this is extremely important for us. Also, the Grenada Ports Authority received oil fence and an oil skimmer, as well as a high pressure washer, and that is to deal with in the event of an oil spill.
Senator Garraway highlighted the importance of the equipment to remedy oil spills.
This set of equipment that will be able to protect our nearshore and offshore in the event of an oil spill has been seen as a great piece of innovation, or piece of the direction where we want to go as it relates to protecting our state. And I am extremely elated that we have received this so far.
And finally, the community of Telescope in St. Andrew is the latest to receive assistance from the Embassy of the People's Republic of China. The embassy donated 10 computers to the community to aid in the outfitting of its community center, which was recently reconstructed by a Chinese construction team and funded by the Basic Needs Trust Fund. Collecting on behalf of the community was Minister for Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, and the parliamentary representative for the constituency of St. Andrew South East, the Honorable Emmeline Pear. She expressed thanks to the government and people of the People's Republic of China for their continued tangible support to Grenada, despite their own challenges.
That is why China is such a good friend of Grenada, because, as you said, mindful of your own challenges at home, you continue to be such a friend in a tangible way to us here in Grenada, not only through the donation of computers, but your support as it relates to sports is an excellent example, but not just sports, education. You know, hundreds of our local students, local persons here get that opportunity to go to China to get a first degree and beyond. And you know what is significant is that these are children who also come from very poor families, but unfortunately some of them may have never had an opportunity had it not been for the government and people of China to access such opportunities at such high levels. So we are immensely grateful, you know, for the support that you provide as a government and people.
This is the second time within a month Grenada has received such a donation. On January 14th, the embassy provided 70 computers to 8 schools across the country at a ceremony held at the Anglican High School. China's chargé d'affaires to Grenada, Mr. Yan Shoujan, pledged his country's commitment to further assisting this country.
We also face some questions of developing. Even this, we are still willing to provide our assistance to the government of Grenada and people of Grenada, because we all belong to developing countries, like brothers and sisters. So we, as we are working out to make the Chinese people living better, and we are also willing to provide our assistance within our capacity to render our assistance. So that's why today we are ready to provide another 10 computers to the Telescope community.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right. Well, as expected, you folks had a field day today with the National Report, didn't you? Let me take a deep breath and share with you what you were saying. Margaret, Margaret says, that National Games ad kicks we. You know, just before the National Report, I played a little promo. There's a promo that was sent to me by the Government Information Service for the upcoming secondary school games. Margaret thinks it's kicksy. Glenn Andrew Mark is saying good morning, and T.F. Richards says, are the tickets actually complimentary or given at a concession rate to government. He's talking about the big giveaways and everything, for the upcoming cricket. I'm going to talk with Sherron about that in a little while. And Margaret says, so let me ask a question. Who's subsidizing the cost of the free and discounted tickets? After all, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Inquiring minds want to know. Mags, get your butt out of New York and come here and ask those questions yourself. There are a lot of them we would like to ask, but we don't get answers, so they may have a little bit more respect for you. TF says, that reporter might just be dealt with for failing to properly say the senator's title. He is bad for his doctor. Yeah, there's some people like that. Must say Dr. this and Dr. that and Mr. this and Honorable. You know what we're talking about? Well, Kipling is saying good morning. Peter Bishop says, is it not interesting that when the unions request permission to hold a meeting with their members at 2 o'clock, government made it clear to the union that it was given permission for the meeting to start at 3 p.m. I remember that. But for cricket, permission will be given for all government employees once they present a ticket. How convenient. Yaman. That's the way we operate. Kipling says, it's really frustrating listening to Minister Garraway. So boring. And that, hey, excuse me, I can't help this. But let me tell you how he spelled boring. Not B-O-R-I-N-G. No. He spelled boring. B-O-A-R-I-N-G. Kipling, I'm not knocking you, but I'm sure that a lot of people out there listening will see the humor in that. Yes. Like I said, you guys had a field day this morning. T.F. Richard says, were these computers donated through the government or through the St. Andrew Ministers' Council? Never a dull moment in Spice Country. Hope they take care of the gifts, though. He's talking about the donation of computers that we just received here. Peter Bishop says, I hope you're not running the ad for free, George. True confession, Peter, I am running the ad for free. I usually provide complimentary airtime to the government of Grenada, just as I do with the National Report. A lot of people are on my case for doing that, but I figure it's a matter of national interest. I do it complimentary. You can beat the stuffing out of me if you want. That's fine. Kipling says, thank you, China, for giving us so much needed help. Only wish you could give us a hint as to what and where you have your eyes on. We know there is nothing free. Okay, I think you can read between the lines of what he's saying there. Lincoln Roberts says, give thanks for the computers, but be careful. Always remember, never lose your head for a piece of tail. Oh, Lincoln, you have your sister cracking up here. Oh, that could be interpreted in so many different ways. Anyway, let's just move right along. Fitzroy Adams says, I visited Grenada 2 weeks ago from New York. And it is so sad that after talking to many Grenadians, they do not have an idea of what is happening in Grenada. They don't listen to the news or read the newspapers. You know, Lincoln, you have a point there, and let me tell you, I mean, what you see with my broadcast is a perfect example of it. While a lot of people will tell you how informative and how educational the programming we do is, you will never, ever see the numbers of people who flock to some of the other streams that are out there, because they don't care about the important stuff that we try to present to the public. You know, I don't mind having a laugh. I love to giggle, okay? But I do feel that people need to be informed and educated. You need to know what's actually happening around you, because it's affecting you. And these same people who don't know what the hell is going on, they're the ones who are out there streaming all kinds of garbage and just talking about things they haven't got a clue about. I am happy that we live in a country where at least they have the freedom to do that. It's not doing the country any good, but I wouldn't want it any other way. It's good to know that they have the freedom to do that. More power to them. Moving right along. TM, TF Richard says, George, don't mix up national interests with NNP interest. Are you guys finished? Are you finished? I want to get to Sherron. Are you finished? Jeez. Let me take a little break here, and we'll come back with Sherron before we run out of time.
We lose an acre and a half of forest every second. There goes another one. There goes another one. It's 15 billion trees a year. This drone gives us a way to fight back. This was invented by a company called Biocarbon Engineering. They're in Australia. It is a tree planting drone. It fires a tree bullet into the ground, right? Biodegradable bullet container, soil, nutrient-rich solution, little plant, driven by AI, so it gets fired precisely at the depth it needs to go to, in the exact position it should grow in. This drone can plant 100,000 trees a day. 15 billion trees. They're building an army of 10,000 of them. They can plant 8 billion trees a year. Technology is finally getting to the point where it's making a serious, serious difference in this fight.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try the sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
With free island-wide delivery, Hubbard's Building Supplies and Lumber Departments continue to provide the best quality lumber, steel, tiles, plumbing materials, electrical, and general hardware supplies at competitive prices. We continually consult with builders, homeowners, and contractors to improve product range and services. Enjoy discounts where applicable, including the use of credit and debit cards. At Hubbard's Building Supplies, Grandance, and Lumber Department, Caranage, we offer quality service, affordable prices, giving you the convenient, reliable, free island-wide delivery. Call 440-2087 for all your home improvement and building solutions.
Alrighty, folks, it's 21 minutes away from 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. T.F. Richards just snuck something in here. He says, George, at times, government is so dumb, for want of a better word. You give permission to go to cricket. Let's suppose that the entire Ministry of Finance goes to the stadium, including the Port Authority. How much money is the country losing? Why not alternate it? Does the fiscal space all of a sudden allow it? Eh, I don't know. Don't ask me. Pick up the phone and ask them. Hey, I see that Brian Pitt has just joined us on Facebook. Good morning to you, Mr. Pitt. I certainly hope you're going to be back in Grenada for Friday's program. If not, we're going to track you down wherever you are, and you'll have to do like Sherron does whenever she's on the road. Where is she? She's here somewhere. Let me pull her up. There she goes. Good morning to you, Ms. Robertson. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very good.
You're very good?
Except the weather is a bit overcast.
Was it raining when you came in?
It was raining in St. Paul's, but by the time I got to the lane, it was it has stopped.
Yeah. I mentioned on the air that it was raining a little bit here this morning as well.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see some water coming from the skies, man. Take a look down there at Port Louis. Parched as anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you like the rain, but it fooled me. That's why I was sneaking in late.
Yeah.
And my mama can't write a note because she's gone.
Your mama can't write. In other words, if I see a note coming from your mama, I better be scared like hell, right? Sherron, listen, you got your tickets for, everybody talking cricket here. You got your tickets for cricket?
Yes, and you know, I spoke to one of my brothers last week, and I said I heard that over 60s getting the tickets free.
People over 60 are getting free tickets?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Can I get a free ticket?
Of course, you just have to walk with your ID showing that you're 60 and over. So yesterday we went and we got free tickets with our passports.
So where do you have to go to get these tickets?
I think it was at the stadium he went, but I could double check with Winthrop for you.
Over 60 free tickets?
Yes.
Ah.
So we got free tickets. So we go in and we went to buy tickets.
Okay.
But over 60 is free once you have an ID, a Grenada ID.
I have all kinds of IDs.
Right. So that's it.
Well. Oh, by the way, TF says you're shining like a young breadfruit. Keep it up.
Who is that? You?
You.
Me?
You. Yeah.
I'm a young breadfruit. I'm only 63.
Sherron. Oh man, you know. But the thing is, if I go down there to this cricket matching, I don't want to go alone, right?
Well, you can hang with us. We'll be there.
Yeah, but is there any guarantee that we'll be, or are the seats assigned?
We just ask somebody to move. Grenada is good. Once they realize it's friends and you want to be together. And before the game is over, not just Grenada, no, cricket, when you go to cricket. Because, you know, we go to cricket all over the place.
Yeah.
When the Caribbean Premier League, the finals was in St. Kitts 2 years ago. And we couldn't get flights from here to St. Kitts with Liat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know my crazy husband, who is cricket, fanatic? We went with American Airlines to Florida and flew down to St. Kitts and then came back the same way because we couldn't get tickets with Liat. So we went with American. Do you know we're going to Cricket World Cup in England in May?
You are?
Yes.
Well, excuse me. England?
I am retired, so I could get up and go any time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're retired. You know, that's the thing about being obligated. Not that I don't. I really enjoy what I do, and all you know that, right? But somebody pointed out to me yesterday. I said to the person, you know, I'm on the air until 10 o'clock. And it's very rarely that I would be able to get out of here before 11. And the person said, you know, well, George, you better be careful, you know, because by the time you reach Queen's Park, the match might be over. So they were speculating that there might be another collapse on the part of the Windies.
No. You have to be positive and give them positive vibes. Come on.
All right. So positive vibes out there. So if even I get down there at 1 o'clock, ain't ting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just turn back here for a sec to Facebook. Margaret says, yeah, George, you wasn't listening to the news. They did say that senior citizens with IDs could get free ticks.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. I was talking to my friend here, okay? Do you mind, Margaret? I was talking to my friend here. I wasn't listening to the news. And then Jennifer Meyer says, good morning to you, George. Good morning, Grenada. Blessed day to you and all your listeners. It's always a great day listening to your program. Thank you so much, ma'am. Where news and information make sense. We try. Please, stay with us. Kipling Francis says, I know more about Grenada than people living home. Why? Because I started listening to Grenada Broadcast from the very first day to now. That's where truth lies. Thank you, Mr. G. Isn't that an honor?
And it's true.
The man has been 14 years. I just started the 15th year a couple of weeks ago. You're old. I'm only kidding. Kipling, I look forward to seeing your name show up on a Sunday morning. Thank you very much, sir. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay.
I want to say something. Somebody said just now, they hope you're not bringing the ads free. Now, one of the things, those of us who had been in broadcast for a while know that you should give a certain amount free. However, years ago, when I lived on Pittermartinic and James Mitchell was Prime Minister of St. Vincent, he's not my uncle, he's my cousin, but we call him Uncle Son because he's so much older than the rest of us. And I said to him, because every week they gave time, I think it was 2 hours to the opposition to talk, to say whatever they had to say. And I said to him, Uncle Son, why on the government broadcast, their GIS, were you given 2 hours to the opposition? He said, child, we're not the only people that support my government. He said there are people who support the opposition. They need to hear what their people saying. And if they want to hang themselves in the process, so be it. But he respect the fact that everybody can't support the same party.
Exactly.
And he, I know, was advising this government about proportional representation. He said because you cannot have, he don't believe that you should have all the seats in government. It's not good for the country. So everybody have to have a voice. So whether you won the election freely or not, and I personally, Sherron Roberts, will share, do not believe that it was honest, because I know of many infractions. And now the report from the OAS has come out, and you could see that it wasn't. However, now that you're in power, the sensible thing is to give the rest of Grenada a voice.
Yeah.
And right now, the reason why people not listening to the news and not reading the papers, and I'm speaking from a personal perspective, are not interested because you don't have a voice. So what is the use of saying what they're doing is wrong? Who listening to you?
Yeah.
We just beating our gums. Nobody listening. So I don't waste my time. I use my time is very precious. And if I'm in the room and somebody put the television on, I don't use the television at all. My husband is a news and sports fanatic. So if he's looking at sports, I may look at sports. But the minute they start talking about Trump, or he move it to GBN, I leave the room.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I listen to you. And that's where I get my news of what's happening in Grenada.
I feel so honored that the people who listen to us here are very, very loyal. And I've told the story before. I don't know if you heard it before, but I'm going to share this with you. You might remember about 2 or 3 months after Chime went on the air, we were shut down, okay? And the same day, a lady phoned me. Now, to this day, what, almost 5 years later, I still have not met this lady. I don't know who she is, right? But the lady sounded like she was a vendor. She was not a very educated person at all. It was very clear. You're talking about somebody from the rural districts, okay? And she said to me, she said, Mr. Grant, what are you going to do when they shut the station? No, they shut the station down. And I said, what do you mean, man? She says, Mr. Grant, is you that teach me how to read? And I hit go, hey. Wait a minute. I don't even know you. What do you mean I teach you how to read? She says, Mr. Grant, on a Sunday morning, you does read them editorial. She couldn't say editorial. She said editorial, okay? And this lady started crying. And she says, I don't have money. I'm not rich, okay? But whenever I have 2 pence halfpenny, I just go in the little shop next door there, and I just buy them paper, and I just read along while I'm listening to you. And I went, oh my God. So that's what people meant when they said to me, your programming is educational. And Sherron, I'm choking up just telling you the story. Sherron, that lady started to bawl. She put down one bawling on that phone. She couldn't carry on the conversation.
Wow.
And I too was in tears because it really, really hit me. Margaret Francis says, Sherron, all true, but news is also more than politics and people. And people are also tired of politics and politicians. There are tons of other stories that can and should be covered that will generate reader and viewer interest. Sherron, Margaret, oh God, Margaret hit the nail on the head again. Margaret is right. And that's why I believe that it is so important that I get out there around the country and bring these stories to people.
Right. And I'm sure Margaret would agree, it's very frustrating when you read some of these stories and the green verbs and the everything is so confusing.
She always bungs away on it.
I always say a certain newspaper is not good for my health. Well, no, it's most of them. They're not good for my health. They send my blood pressure up. Because when you read the nonsense. So I really, there's more to life than politics. Yes, I am totally divorced of politics. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. It's a reality. And I guess at the end
Partisan politics.
I'm sorry?
Partisan
politics.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And it's so filthy that I really don't want to have anything to do with it.
It's the reason why we are where we are. Okay, partisan politics. And so, yeah, we have to do more. We have to do more. And folks, I'm pleading with you, help us to do more. Look at Margaret. Margaret is in a very good position to say what she's saying there, because Margaret is somebody who has helped me to be where I am today. Without Margaret, you guys ain't gonna be sitting there watching this.
Right.
But we need Margaret. Margaret ain't no wealthy lady, but every little bit she can do to help, and we just need a few more people like that, Sherron, a few more. Oh yeah, there are a lot of people who want you to do this and want you to do that. Yes, George, you want to do that. But you need help. You need resources to do that. And Grenadians, let me tell you, I love my people, but a lot of them, they will sit there and they ain't giving you 1 cent. Not a penny. And that hurts. But thank God there are like a handful of people who help. Let me get back here to Facebook for a minute. Lincoln Roberts says everyone is welcome to have their say on GG. NDC and NNP supports. Therefore, no excuses. Well, Lincoln, I've been accused of being a NDC man, which is horse feathers, okay? But when you're desperate, you say anything, Margaret says, oh, Lord, Sherron, don't go there at all. You don't want to get me started. Don't get Margaret started.
No.
We only have 5 minutes
No,
left.
I wouldn't.
Please. Margaret, when you come down for that jaunt to Pity Martinique, we're going to talk, okay? Please. No. Glenna Knight says, hats off to you, George. Grenadians in the diaspora and at home depend on you for unbiased information, even the silent majority. Thank you, Glenna. Yeah, I know there are a lot of people out there who don't yak, but they do appreciate what I'm doing. And boy, I could never find the words to tell you how much I appreciate these people. Sherron, this is not supposed to be about me. We talk. Where is Pity Martinique? It's still there?
Yes, it's there, and I'm going up on the 15th of March, and Garp, Carol Vasquez, and some of her crew will be in CARICOM and coming over to Pity Martinique on the 16th. St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, but it's on a Sunday. And if you know, the whole of Pity Martinique goes to church on Sunday. So on the Saturday, we're going to do the whole sugaring of the pitta thing. And if you can't make it, I'll bring something to you.
Please do. Please do. Yeah, okay. And I just want to repeat that I've already established contact with my internet provider because I really want to make sure that we get up, if not for this one, for the thing in the one in May. Is that the Maroon or
the Maroon Festival?
Yeah, we are coming, Pity Martinique. We are coming, okay. But I understand that they may not, at the present time, be able to provide the level of internet service that we need.
Okay.
And I respect the people of Pity Martinique too much to go up there and have them looking at video that goes like that, we really don't want that. So they're going to work on something for us. Okay. Thank you very much, Sherron. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here this morning, but I got to tell you, I told these people out there this morning that I was wondering whether or not you were coming in here with lobster this morning. She came in empty-handed this morning. What she did bring me was my first staff member some time ago. There he is, Kelly. See? So.
Yeah, tonight is game night, and I'm hosting
Kaluki.
tonight, so I'm cooking up a storm today.
Margaret, cooking up a storm. I think I'm going.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
I think I'm going. Have Ricky pick me up or somebody?
I'll ask Arcady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mags. I'm going.
And I want to invite Margaret once she's in Grenada to get in touch.
You hear that,
Come
Margaret?
up.
Once you're in Grenada, you're invited.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
We'll do something just for you.
Absolutely. I also have to get Anthony to come by here. Anthony and Ray are going to come by sometime, and we're going to have a little tete-a-tete and stuff. And by the way, I am proud to show you people that I'm still on my cinnamon tea. I'm doing well. Aren't you proud of me? Coffee. Margaret says, beam some over. Whatever you prepare tonight.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Sherron, and I'll see you guys tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Sherron, folks. Oh, it's been a beautiful morning. Thank you so much. You guys make this so much fun. Thank you. I think it's time now for me to take yet another break just before we wrap it up, and then we'll come back with our sign-off. All right. Coupling says here on Facebook, "Oh, Mr. Grant, don't be afraid to say I'm old. March 6th, I will be 71 and proud of it. God blessed me." Hey, let me tell you something, Kippy. Don't you dare slow down. I'm only 4 years behind you now. A couple of years ago, I was about 10 years behind you. I'm only 4 years behind you now. I'm catching up. Watch it. Thanks for being there, folks. As always, let's pull the curtain down with something serious, but something inspiring. Matthew 24, verses 5 to 8. "For many will come in my name, claiming, 'I am the Messiah,' and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All of these are the beginning of birth pains." Check it out yourself. Matthew 24, 5 to 8. Okie dokie, pilgrims. That's going to do it for Georgie Porgy on this Wednesday morning. Hump Day, TF. Thank you so much. Friends, let me tell you, when I tell you how much I appreciate your friendship, your company, I'm not kidding. It comes from the heart. And I really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. See you tomorrow.